Sunrise.
Here we are again. Here we are again talking about Pikmin 4. The last video I made on Pikmin 4 was a year ago, and I kind of want to summarize. I kind of want to talk about the state of the Pikmin franchise right now and see what's changed. See when this game may finally release, and talk a little bit about how the game's going to be in general. So as you all know, Pikmin 3 Deluxe released in 2020, and it was a great time to just Nintendo acknowledging Pikmin was nice, alright, even though it's a port of an old game. Oh, and it was a great port, by the way. Like, they changed a lot of things that I weren't expecting. They put a lot more effort into this port than some other ports out there. So it was nice. If you can hear people laughing outside, I do apologize, but this is what I've got to deal with every single day. When I'm trying to record, when I'm trying to sleep, there's always people being loud outside, and it's very annoying. Anyway, in terms of sales for Pikmin 3 Deluxe, the last I heard it was at 1.9 million copies sold, which was in 2021, so I'm pretty sure it's safe to assume it's at 2 million units by now, which is absolutely amazing. Not only has it outsold Pikmin 3 on the Wii U, which isn't that much of an achievement, I guess, but it is the best-selling Pikmin game of all time, and it's a port. And it is a port. And people say Wii U ports aren't wanted, right? It's amazing how well this game is sold. So why is this good news? The reason why is not only is it going to show Nintendo that Pikmin is still a franchise people care about. You know, it's sold well and it's a port. If you think about 2 million units sold for a port, think about how well Pikmin 4 is going to sell, right? It's going to probably be the best-selling entry by a landslide, especially if they switch things up. But they don't even need to do that, right? Because by the time Pikmin 4 releases, it would have been 10 years or around 10 years since we had the last new entry in the series, not including Pikmin 3 Deluxe or Hey Pikmin. We don't talk about that monstrosity of a game, and Pikmin Bloom, for example. But let's talk about why Pikmin 4 has taken so long in the first place. I feel like there's quite a few reasons. I feel like with Hey Pikmin, they were trying something new, experimenting with, which is nothing wrong with doing that, but it obviously flopped hard, right? Not only did it flop in terms of reviews and everything, it flopped even worse in terms of sales, right? The game sold absolutely terribly. So that might have put them off, right? They may be thinking, not only does Pikmin only sell around 1 to 1.5 million units with main entries, you know, this game has flopped so hard. Maybe people just don't care about the franchise anymore. Maybe it was going to go down the route of Chibi Robo or Starfy, right? So maybe with Pikmin 4, which bear in mind was in development before Hey Pikmin released, maybe it just put them off, right? Or maybe they were developing this game and they thought, you know what? We need to change things here. All of our other Nintendo franchises are evolving, are changing, right? With Breath of the Wild and whatnot, which would have, of course, been in development around that time, by the way. So maybe they got inspired. Maybe Miyamoto was like, we need to change things up with Pikmin 4. We need to make this a huge change, a huge step in a different direction to entice people to get this game, to try it out for the first time, and to be a new start for Pikmin. But maybe it'll be a reboot or a mini reboot for the franchise to take it in a new step, in a new direction, because that's pretty much what I assume they're doing with Metroid Prime 4, for example, right? That game we know has been in development for a long ass time. It got announced a very long while ago, but they restarted development. They even admitted it, right? This isn't speculation like I'm doing with Pikmin. They admitted they restarted development and got a new dev team entirely, maybe because they weren't happy with how it was turning out, or maybe they thought, again, it's too similar to previous entries. We want to make this different. We want to switch things up with this series and make it huge, right? And make the target audience even bigger, because it's pretty safe to say, right, that Pikmin 1, 2, and 3 are pretty similar, right? At least they stick to the same formula, right? I know they've got a different story and whatnot, which isn't a bad thing. It's a great series, but how long can they keep making these games very similar, right? When we get to Pikmin 5, 6, 7, assuming they go that long, how long can they keep going, and how well are they going to sell? You've got to look at it from a business perspective. If Pikmin 4 comes out and it's very similar to Pikmin 3, some people might be like, you know, I played 3 Deluxe on the Switch, looks pretty similar, I'm going to leave this one out. And then Pikmin 5 comes out in like 50 years, right? And that's similar to Pikmin 4 and Pikmin 3 and Pikmin 2 and Pikmin 1. People are going to be like, this franchise is just always the same. They're going to have to change things eventually. Why not do it now? Why not do it with Pikmin 4? Every other franchise on the Nintendo Switch is evolving, so Pikmin is the one that deserves it. And I hope that they smash this one out of the park. I hope that this game is insane and people are like, whoa. I didn't know Pikmin was this good. And the target audience is insane, and the sales are insane. And in terms of when I think this will release, I know that I've said a million times like different predictions and I've been wrong. Everyone's been wrong. People have expected this game to come out for a while now. I feel like they are waiting for a quiet year. This year is jam-packed as is, right? It's absolutely insane. Probably the most packed year for the Nintendo Switch so far, right? Next year, we don't know what's going to happen. We definitely know Breath of the Wild 2 is coming out and some other games and whatnot. But maybe 2023. Maybe 2023 is a little quieter than this year. Or maybe 2024, when we're sort of coming towards the end of the Switch's life. Maybe they release it then. I kind of hope not, because I really want this game to get all the attention it deserves. But if you were to ask me, if I was to make a safe bet, I would say 2024. Q1 2024 is when they will release this game. But hey, I've been wrong a million times before, and I will most definitely be wrong again. Who am I to guess? I'm just some dumbass on the internet who likes making videos. But hey, let's hope we get this game soon. And hey, maybe we'll hear about it this year. Maybe they'll announce it this year and release it next. Who knows? Wishful thinking? Yes. But that's what we do on this channel. And if we don't get any news or anything, I'll see you in another year and I'll do another summary video. Peace!
Sunrise.